Hello everybody, welcome back to Mario. Today we're going to be taking on the boss of the Terrace Dome, Bowser Jr.'s robot reactor. There's like 6 main bosses in the game. They kind of revert between Bowser Jr. and just Bowser himself. The Bowser Jr. ones are the most interesting ones for reasons I'll get into when we see our first Bowser level. But for now, just know that we're not actually going to be fighting Bowser Jr. directly, per se, in any of these. So, these are just going to exist basically to house the boss. I believe these are all single-star galaxies, no extra bullshit here tacked onto it. But they do have these little sections before the boss, of course, just to, like, show you what all you're gonna need to do in the boss fight. And also these guys, I believe they home into the domes when you get close to them, so that they can explode them easier. Alright. Yeah, those Goombas can sometimes be annoying, so I'm glad they weren't super annoying this time. And yeah, that's gonna be pretty much it for the level part of the level. And you're gonna be seeing why I was not wanting to do this as the start of a video pretty soon. Because, like, it's just long enough to where I didn't feel comfortable doing it last time. So, Megaleg is interesting, compared to a lot of other bosses from the game. Mainly because he's not a, like, 3 hits and you're dead boss. Like a lot of the bosses in this game tend to be. There are, of course, other exceptions. We're actually going to be seeing one, like, just next video. But, yeah, basically, it kind of does, in a sense, work in 3 phases. So you have the first phase, which is getting on him. You have the second phase, which is climbing to the top of him. And then after that, you have, I guess, the point where the fight starts to actually get challenging to some degree. Because you have this part where you have to lure the bullet bills into the cage. Or not to the cage, but to the grates just outside the cage. You have to break at least one of those in order to fit a bullet bill through. Depending on how good you are, you might end up with more than one of them broken off, but yeah, I got really lucky here, goddamn. Yeah, there we go. Explained that kind of poorly, maybe I can fix that in post. And keep this in to completely ruin the illusion. Who knows? Anyway. Yeah, less than 4 minutes. There's gonna be a little bit of cutscene shenanigans after this, though. Remember, we're technically not done with the terrorist galaxies just yet. I'll explain what I mean by that when it becomes relevant, which I think is sometime into this one we're going into, if memory serves. Take that with a grain of salt, for the record, because I am not going to claim I have an airtight memory of this game. That's just going to bite me in the ass later if I do. I have an airtight memory of exclusively the most useless things to know. And technically that wouldn't be useless. Let's not save the game just yet. In fact, I should probably be opening a, like, backup save at some point, because I haven't done that yet. I probably should, just in case something goes wrong here. Oops. Forgot the other Joy-Con also spins. I'm just scratching my head. I think... Nope, okay. Thought there was a mushroom behind there, but there ain't. So yeah, Fountain. This is the other one that was always open in the kiosk, usually anyway. Because again, people would delete the save files pretty fast. I forget how many stars this one needs to open. Maybe 11? Well, it's either 11 or 10. I feel like it's more likely to... Well, I don't know, actually, because this one's 12, so... I don't know why I'm focusing too much on this one. I can literally just pop it up on screen here right now. But anyway, we're going to be starting with Space Junk Galaxy. So, something kind of interesting about Space Junk, so a lot of the galaxies in this game have different names in the English version compared to, well, a lot of other languages, but for the most part, the changes between the English and Japanese version as far as names go are just, like, making very utilitarian names a little more, like, catchy, let's say. So, like, Good Egg Galaxy, I think, was just called Egg Galaxy or something. Honey Hive was called, like, Honeybee Kingdom. This one, I think, has an interesting name in Japanese, though. Because it's, like, Stardust Galaxy. Which, I like the name Space Junk, but... I don't know, it's interesting. Like, I'm not gonna go saying, like, oh, you gotta play the superior Japanese version of Super Mario Galaxy, because they censored it for the West or whatever. Somehow censoring a Mario game. Well, I guess technically they actually did do that for some of the, like, spin-off stuff, because I know in the Japanese version of Thousand Year Door, I believe one of the characters was supposed to be transgender. Or at least heavily implied to be. And they made it a little less obvious in the English version. I wouldn't know exactly how much so, because I actually have not played any of the Paper Marios. I keep meaning to, but I don't know, I just haven't. Maybe someday, maybe someday. I was like half about to say Birdo might count, but that's technically not. I believe, like, in the Japanese versions, Birdo was just supposed to be a girl, but for some reason they decided... I don't know the exact specifics of it, I just know, like, various different accounts I've heard. Which, again, I kind of have to take with a grain of salt, because I don't speak Japanese, aside from, like, 1 or 2 words that aren't exactly enough to start a conversation off of. But I believe, like, in the original Japanese versions, Birdo was supposed to just be a girl. But because weird, like... So, like, for a while, at least, there was this weird, like, credo among dudes in, like, the 80s and 90s and such, where, like, any kind of attack on a girl, even in a sporting contest, was considered wrong. Which, I mean, attacking anyone in a non-sporting contest is obviously wrong, so... eh. But because of that, I know a lot of old games had very strange bits of Western changes to them. And, like, I believe it's the same kind of deal that happened with Poison in the American version of Final Fight, where they just randomly made Birdo or something. Or, sorry, it's supposed to be like an offensive term now, isn't it? I don't know if that's like a white people overcorrecting thing or not, but I know I've heard that at some point. Or, why would it be white people? It's not... I don't know. I have an asshole for a mount, so I should maybe just not be talking. This is a terrible fit. This whole Let's Play thing. Yeah. This is like the part of Space Junk that I always think about when I think of Space Junk, just this little area here. I remember it being really difficult for me when I was a kid. I don't entirely know why. Because, like, it really isn't hard at all. But, again, when you be a dumb idiot kid, you do dumb idiot things like be bad at video games. Which, to be fair, is also a thing that people can do if they are not dumb idiots, but, you know, it helps to be a dumb idiot. I forget. What's the next mission in Space Junk again? I actually don't think I remember any of Space Junk. Aside from that. Okay, yeah, that's just the next numbered galaxy. Let's see. Kamella's airship attack. You know what? Why not? Probably gonna go a little bit over because of this, but... I mean, we don't have the YouTube time limit anymore. It's just a me thing, trying to make these not fly too far over the limit. Or the old limit. Actually, I wonder if, like, new channels even have that limit anymore. Because I know for a while, like, even after they technically got rid of the limit, you still had to wait a little while if you, like, made a new channel in order to get the limit removed. And, like, do they still do that? Do they still require a certain amount of time to pass? I'd almost want to check, but that would involve creating another Google account, which is kind of superfluous now that making a new channel is... like, it can be done on the same Google account. Which is something I wish they had in old YouTube. One of the few changes from ye olden days that I'm glad to see. Hey, man, I didn't remember this going on this long, originally. Also, I should probably be spinning those guys, not jumping on them, since I have full health. I can use more star bits. Always use more star bits. Let's see. Okay, yeah, these just need the coins. Yeah, I know sometimes there's like secrets hidden behind those, but not always per se. Yeah, what the hell? I don't remember this taking this long. How far over the limit am I? Oh, I'm still at 15. That's fine. Ooh, here's a secret. Yeah. Oh, I think this is actually one I didn't find until I got the 3D All-Stars version. Like, did that playthrough I didn't finish because I didn't have my own Switch at the time, and I got sick of borrowing my brother's Switch to play it. Which I think I called that file a practice file without thinking earlier. That actually wasn't one. That's just an attempted run from when I first got this that I didn't finish. Oh yeah, that shell I just got, by the way, the red one, that's a homing shell. It's like the same rules as Mario Kart. Like, you don't really need it at any point, honestly. It just exists, I guess. And now we should be fighting Kamella. Alright, so the fight with Kamella is kind of interesting. It's not exactly a hard fight, basically. Oh, come on. So the rule of the fight is basically just spin the shell when you get near it so you can use it to attack Kamella. And, like, if there's more than one shell on the field, if there's like a shell on the field when you attack her, that shell actually goes away if you... Okay. Yeah, it goes away if you hit her. Just because they don't want you, like, taking on all 3 phases at the same time. Though I don't think... Actually, no. On the last phase, she does do something different. Well, I wasn't actually thinking about this, but that is also something she does different. Yeah, you see it here. Her attacks don't just spit out 1 fireball anymore, now they spit out 4 million. Alright, so... we're already running more over the time limit than I'd like, so I guess this will be it for this episode of Super Mario Galaxy. Next time, we'll be taking on the last episode of Space Junk Galaxy. Why did I just call it an episode? I don't know. Bye.
I'm always reaching out, shine away, don't feel like you gotta stay. Better keep it just me, it's better that way, trust me. Despite our distorted and selfish heart, really you and I are not alike, so let's keep apart. I'll kick it just me, lonely, forever, cause whenever I stop and I look in your eyes, I realize that you just exist within my